Hey guys, I haven't showed any of this because Roger's been helping me, and then we've worked on this a couple of mornings, and now I started working on this part, but it's going to be our porch. Going to come all the way out and then have a step down. This is how we've secured it. They're on 12 by 12 cement piers. There's 3 up there. Then we've attached to here as well, to the posts with the bolts. So Roger said we can drive a tractor on this thing. So I'm going now to get a few supplies to finish this hopefully, and then also some to start the back deck. We're getting there. We're getting closer and closer every day to be able to move in here. It rained really good yesterday, like a pretty good dump, and yes, not last night, but the night before and the evening before that. So I'm really impressed that this is not a puddle, not a lake. I think my drainage there did work some, so I'm happy about that. And we got some visitors tonight, so I gotta get home, and I really wanted to be able to get more supplies because Roger's going to be out here helping me again tomorrow, and we need more than I'm going to be getting, but I just don't have time. So we'll do what we can do. All right, we'll see you guys next time we're out here. Hey guys, Roger was out here this morning, and we were able to finish this up. I put some dirt and some wood chips here to kind of give us a step up. Eventually this will be a sidewalk or pavers or something, but we'll be bringing up to the level of this somewhat. I like that I was able to actually do a 2-high retaining wall underneath this. So where Roger and I had a confusion, I didn't understand what he was saying. I thought we were going to go steps down, and he never saw steps in his mind. He saw just coming straight flat out, which I can go either way. But I guess it's been brought to my attention, when you get older or whatever, steps are harder to deal with. So it's nice to be able to only have one step and then go up. Or if at some point we needed a ramp, we can just put a little ramp right there, and you have no steps to deal with. And it makes moving stuff in and out easier as well, which we pretty much already have all of our appliances and stuff already delivered, so there's not much we'll be going in and out with. And I got to build all the furniture, so anyway, this is it. Looks pretty good. Roger told me today, too, that you have to wait about 6 months to paint this. It needs to get weathered and dried out and all that stuff, so I guess we'll be waiting 6 months. What we plan on using is a outdoor paint. I think Valentina says it's actually made for decks, but it's going to be this color after we paint this. And this is all supposed to get changed. This is supposed to get changed. It's going to be a really long time before this place is done, but I'm seeing us being able to move in soon, hopefully. I still have a cracked bushing on this well that the guy installed, and I've asked him several times to come out and fix it. That was over a $6,000 job, so I think they can come out and fix what they messed up. He's told me a couple times he's coming out. He's supposed to come out today and fix it. I've gone by the county, and they're working on getting us hooked to permanent electric, and then we can have I've talked to the electrician. He's called in for a last inspection, a final inspection on electric. And as soon as we get the back porch done, we're getting really, really close to being done and just have a final walkthrough. I put the address on here today. That was something that needed to be done for a final. So we have this trees, and I have some time left right now, so I think I'm going to go out and replace a couple of dead trees. Trees that I don't think made it. Eventually today, though, I got to go hook up that trailer and go get the big wood for tomorrow for the decking. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but I don't know when. I know it's not showing at least up until afternoon, so I'll have time to get out here and unload at least. And if the weather doesn't happen, Roger's going to come out and help me, so looking forward to get that back deck done. In fact, I'll go show it to you guys really quick. I went yesterday to Home Depot and picked this stuff out myself. Actually, no, I ordered this. They picked this out for me. I grabbed all the decking board. This is what's left over so far. And I've placed the piers, cement piers out, concrete piers for tomorrow. Something approximately like that probably. And we'll work on creating that. So it's exciting. That's the last big thing to me. That's before we can get in. Hopefully they don't come up with some surprises that I'm not aware of. I know I need to knock the back end off of this slope off a little bit because we're supposed to be going down 6 inches, 10 feet out. And right now it's actually the opposite. It's like this because I piled so much dirt. I'm thinking I'm just going to take a rake or a hoe and pull off the edge. I wish I would have done something with the tractor and even that out a little bit more because the tractor does that kind of work so much faster. I wish I would have done that before any of the mini splits and all that stuff went on in the back. As soon as that work started getting done back there and the electrician working in the back, it kind of prevents me from getting back there now with the tractor. So that's off limits. It's all by hand now. All right, I'm going to go replace some trees. All right, guys, we're out here at the orchard. You can't even tell I have an orchard through here. There's 36 trees. Grass is coming up, and I'm going to have to get this house done quick so I can start working on the land and keep up on it. I need to go around every tree now and clean out so you can see them. So I thought when I put these trees in, I tried to put the strongest trees at this end. I thought these were all going to make it. But there's nothing coming out. This is an apricot tree. It's dead. So, and then we went shopping for trees this last weekend or a couple days ago, whatever that was. And, oh, this one I didn't think was going to make it. It is. It's got green coming out on it. Yay. I don't know what that tree is, but I was just about ready to rip it out. Anyway, I put the stronger trees at this end, and it doesn't seem like some of them are going to make it. So we're going to replace them. They're not necessarily getting replaced with the same kind of tree, but Valentina, they kind of only had certain trees this time. We went to a different place to buy them than we did last year. Same kind of bags, but they didn't have like a lot of peaches or nectarines and apricots and things like that. They had pears and apples and some odds and end things. So I grabbed some pears. I'll put those down here. So let me get to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys this, but this is something I'm really happy about. There's a lot of water in here. That was the reason for putting peat moss and mulch helps to retain water. So I'm really happy because it looks dry. Not dry, it's wet on top, but this is soaking wet, which means the tree is able to get plenty of water. All right, look at this. This might be too much water. That was a lot of water. The ground is holding water, so we're trees. Hopefully, you know, I was hoping that we won't have to water our trees. That's why I kind of put them down at the bottom of the hill too, so the water runs down through here. I think this is actually a good sign. I hope that's something similar that I find all these other trees I'm replacing. All right, so what I'm doing is I have another book, and I don't know where it's at. I think it's at home, to record what trees are what. You know, once they get going, maybe it won't be as necessary, but I'll have to compare this book with the other book that I wrote. But anyway, I'll try to at least write down the number or like where it's at and write down what I'm going to put in that hole. I think that first tree is going to be a pear or an apple. I might have to do some research on some of these. I've not heard of some of the varieties that Valentina bought. I mean, you just kind of look at what they have and you choose one or two of each variety, so you have a variety of things to choose from when you're eating. This is called a windsap apple. Winesap apple? Winesap, I guess. Don't know what it is. Looks like a nice strong tree though. So interesting enough, that one was full of water. This is the next tree down. It's wet, but it's definitely not soaking wet. And I dug down nearly as deep as that other one. Not hitting a bunch of water, but it's wet, so good enough. So I'm just going to keep working my way down through here, recording the trees that I put in and where. Alright, I've planted 4 trees so far. I got 2 more pears here, and I got 2 different apples down there. I don't know if any of you were watching my channel a while ago, but the running theme was that I couldn't, probably for a year, I never saw any worms on this property. Everywhere that I dug, and no matter what work I was doing, never saw a worm. So I was worried about things, and I actually started doing some worms myself. So I had some worm castings, very few, and some old worm stuff that I had used or whatever from some of my soil. So anyway, good news is a couple of these trees that I've dug up, there's worms in there, and that makes me happy. So now what I'm going to do is, just to give these guys a good start, I'm going to get some compost mulch up there and just put a shovel or 2 full in around, and then push the virgin soil back up, but let it have some good soil right around its roots. Alright guys, I've been replacing all those trees, and I was left with 2 extra trees. We still have a couple of bushes over there, and we have some grapevines, and the grapevines will be going over there, but 2 extra trees. So I just took this first line that's along this tree line, and I'm wrapping it around to right there's our property line where that fence is. So I got an apple and a peach. So going ahead and putting those in, and then I should be caught all up on trees. And that's good, because I was looking at the forecast, and in the next 2 days there's chances of rain, so it's perfect time to get them in. I went down and got a partial bag of peat moss. I'm going to put that down here in the bottom of the holes, put the trees in, put a little bit of virgin soil, go up and get that compost. You guys know how I lasagna it, so that's what we're going to get to doing right now. It's been a minute since I've put anything on camera. We're almost done back here, at least halfway done. So this is what happened. We had the plan of going down both sides with the stairs, but after we got this in and we kind of looked at it, we felt like it would have to be a very steep stair going down, and this box is kind of in the way. Just too much going on right there. We ended up going along the vent and all that. So at first I wanted to just come out here and make this a more flat, but Roger said if we came out here I'd have to put a 4x4 up through the middle of my window, and I don't want that. And I said, what if we just come to here? And he said, well, you're still going to have to put 4x4, so it's going to look a little funny. He's like, we can do it, but you're going to have a 4x4 here and then one right here, just to get, a couple more inches. So I decided, forget it. So did this part, and because plans changed, I ended up having way too much supplies, too much material, so I have to return all that now. And I didn't want to have to take my trailer. I asked Roger if he thinks I can get away with taking 12 footers on the back of my truck. He said, as long as you put a flag, you should be okay. So I hope I don't get a ticket. Anyway, because of that, now I have to go buy 2x4s that I did not have. And he only had one 2x4 on my list, so that's all I bought. I guess we need a bunch more now that we've changed. And we're going to use these guys as for pickets. And yeah, so anyway, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy about it. I might end up putting something overhang at some point right here over the top of the door, just so you can step out and not get hit with rain and sun bleaching the door and water hitting the floor and bouncing in against the windows and doors and making a mess. So maybe someday. So I have a 6-foot bed, but it's got a tonneau cover, so that actually doesn't allow me to go all the way to the front if I'm piling at the top. on the bottom, if I'm not hitting the top, I think I still have 6 foot. And this is kind of at an angle, so maybe I'm getting 6 foot, but I'm hanging pretty good over there. But I do have flag. I bought these a month or two ago now. Was my genius idea, because I was having to get a new flag every time and use a nail or something into my wood, and I didn't like that. So I feel like I was getting a lot of 1-bys and stuff, so these were able to just clamp on them. But now these are 5/4s and 2-bys, so this doesn't fit on it. So I just bring out part of my tie down. I've got this tied down here really well, and I've got it tied down really well up front. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but it is eye-catching. All right, well, that's what I just want to show you guys. I'm not sure if I showed you guys. I think I did. These are extras that we still have left. Grapevines and a couple of bushes, but I need to down a tree up there before I can put the grapevines. This is a tree straight there, and I think I'm going to have to hire somebody to do it. I just don't feel good taking it down myself. Once that comes down, then I can go ahead and continue my vineyard there. And then I planted those trees out there, replaced those. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I showed you guys. Anyway, these have been sitting now for probably a week, and we're starting to dry out, so I give them a little water. And up against the house is pretty shaded all day, so I just moved them from up here to down there. So I think that'll help them. All right, guys. Well, I guess the next time you'll see me is hopefully when that back deck is done. And once the back deck is done, we're kind of real close to being ready for final inspection. And then put the finals on everything and get in here. So that's exciting. All right, we'll see you guys next time I'm out here.